Dear colleagues, we continue our working day. Now the floor is given to the representative of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine, Colonel Andriy Lysenko. Good afternoon, dear colleagues. Now the information about the events in the ADO area during last 24 hours. Yesterday in Lugansk area, the enemy was active at about 9 in the morning, and in 1.5 hours it shelled Ukrainian positions 3 times. 2 mortar shellings happened to the east of Popasna, near Novoalexandrovka village. 3rd shelling with the use of anti-aircraft system happened near Lobacheva village, that is on the left bank of Seversk Donetsk River. The Donetsk area, the enemy violated ceasefire twice. Right after midnight, the militants delivered mortar shelling in the region of the Donetsk airport, launching more than 10 mines. And after sunset, ceasefire was violated in Avdiivka. There, for 1.5 hours, the militants shelled positions of Ukrainian defenders using small arms and grenade launchers of different systems. Our servicemen were forced to return fire. In the Mariupol area, the militant activities decreased compared with previous days. But the theater of military actions is the broadest in this area. During the day, in early morning, the militants opened fire with the use of mortars in Vodyaneshe-Rokina part of front line. They launched 40 mines. At the same time, in Vodyane, the militants used armored vehicle weaponry. In Krasnogorovka, Marinka, and Telakivka, the occupants delivered 1 armored provocation in each of the settlements. During the last 24 hours, and the result of the military actions, no Ukrainian serviceman was killed, 2 were wounded. Information about losses of the enemy. During the last 3 days, the enemy sustained heavy losses in so-called 11th Regiment that regularly and unsuccessfully tries to seize Avdiivka production area. 11 militants killed, 3 killed in 7th Brigade of the enemy deployed in Lugansk area. And irreversible losses of the enemy is in 3 days are 14 people. Ukrainian Reconnaissance Service informs that in occupied territories the militants destroyed the mines of 82 mm of caliber and shells to Grad system. The process of destroying of this Soviet-era metal scrap is controlled by Russian officers in their safers. This is done with some losses from the militants, and it is known that during 3 months, while transporting of such shells and mines to the front line, 5 occupants died and 20 were wounded. Such episodes prove that occupied Donbass is a huge Russian military base and polygon for testing new weaponry and utilization of lethal metal scrap. And for this, the residents pay their lives for this, and the proxies of the militants as well. And 54 trucks went through Mayorsk and Novotroitsk checkpoint with humanitarian help from the representative office of High Commission of UNO for refugees, bringing humanitarian assistance. These are construction materials, some food, furniture, and heaters, and overall weight of this freight is 500 tons. Thank you very much and goodbye. Dear colleagues, our next event is at 1 p.m.